the meat.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is just vomiting all over all of us, but it's the best vomit ever. Just good, all over, nasty. Just hear it all comes. 31 titles in the MCU. This is the 31st. This is the 5th series of 2021, and it's all happening on Disney+. We're talking about Hawkeye, the first 4 episodes out of 6. Let's break it down.
You just reminded me that it's 6. I thought it was 8.
No, only 6.
We're almost done.
This is a Disney Plus show. You know what that means? You never know how many you get. You could get 6. You could get 8. You get 9. We'll probably have a 4 here at some point. Yep. But I thought it'd be fun. I mean, while we're here, I mean, you got a Hawkeye shirt on.
Love it.
I mean, you're wearing. You got the ASL. It's purple. Is that a recent buy?
Yeah, actually, I bought several T-shirts.
Okay.
To
nerd out,
sprinkle out through maybe some future episodes.
Oh, somebody's making plans. That just got me. That put a smile on my face. I'm very excited.
When that happens.
I want to talk about Hawkeye leading up to this show because this is like why we're here. Let's give. This is why it's the meat today. You know, Hawkeye is an original Avenger. We've been watching Clint Barton, Jeremy Renner in this character since 2012. Actually, since 2011. 10?
It might have been 10.
Thor
1.
Thor 1. Let's just break it down real quick. Now, listen, if you don't want to listen to this, then get out of here.
Right. Why are you here?
Don't then.
Just get out.
But if you want to, in place of this little description we'll do, there is a Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
You guys watch the Marvel Legends on Disney Plus? I
need to.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of these. This is such a good way. They catch you up.
Yeah, break it down.
Here's a little 7 to 9 minute clip about something that you need to know about, and they'll always drop it like a few weeks right before whatever's coming out. They should do one on Spider-Man, but you know they're not going to because of the Sony thing.
They don't have the rights to.
They don't have the rights, right? But they did. They did it for Hawkeye. They did it for WandaVision. They did it for like Wanda Maximoff. Here's her backstory. It's perfect for you as a fan to refresh yourself, but it's also good for you to Carrie watches them. I'm like, hey, before we watch Hawkeye, watch this 7-minute clip about Hawkeye.
Little refresher.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll help you out just because I want to nerd out and talk about it myself. Let's just go down the list here. So you meet him in Thor, the first one. He's basically just an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep.
Then he's watching out, he doesn't have a lot happen there. He almost shoots Thor.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty epic.
Which happened in What If?
In What If. That was pretty good. Then we get him in Avengers. Spoiler for all the MCU when we talk about this stuff, as always, mind controlled by Loki with the Mind Stone. Pretty epic. Is a pretty bad guy, kind of does some bad stuff in the wrong way. It's not his fault, but
right. But they really show you this guy's got skills.
He's got mad skills. Yeah. He can shoot the arrow. He's also like a super spy. He's got the acrobatics. He's unbelievable with a bow and arrow. Where do we see him next? What do we think? Let's see. Avengers. I think
Age of Ultron.
I guess that'd be the next one, right?
Yeah.
Age of Ultron comes back, still part of the team. Him and Nat. That's the big thing, right? Him and Natasha Romanoff.
Inseparable
homies. They had a time back in Budapest, and apparently, Clint was hired to go get her one day and take her out, and he changed his mind.
Yeah.
After Age of Ultron, then we get him in Captain America: Civil War. Right? He's actually retired. No, not yet. He's still active.
Well, yeah. He kind of
retires after Age of Ultron. I'm gonna take a break. But then in Civil War, he gets brought back in because of all the stuff that happens in that movie. Ends up getting arrested, getting locked away. Gets an ankle bracelet put on him. Which, what actually happened there? I always wonder.
Yeah.
Because,
you see, he's got. I think that happened
because Captain America breaks out everyone out of Civil War. He breaks them all out, and then the next time we see Hawkeye is in the first opening scene of Avengers Endgame.
Endgame, yeah.
And he's got the ankle bracelet on. He's with his family. He's retired, but he's also got some house arrest thing going on. And what happens?
Dusted.
His family gets dusted.
Yeah.
What happens next? He becomes
Ronin,
a killing machine.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Ronin the Destroyer,
Yeah.
from Guardians of the Galaxy, because I'll tell you right now, Carrie goes, that Ronin? And I went, no, but man, I'm
Nope.
so proud of you
Yeah.
for knowing these names.
That's awesome.
They did not spray paint him blue.
Yeah.
Yet. But he becomes Ronin. His family's gone. He's lost his 3 kids. He's lost his wife. And he goes on a killing spree
Yeah.
for years.
Taking it out on any kind of criminal he can find, it seems.
He's like killing mob bosses, but also like going overseas. And he's in Tokyo. He's in Mexico. He's in South America. And because of Nat, Black Widow comes and gets him in the end and says, hey, we figured out a way to bring everybody back, which, again, we've already given that MCU spoiler alert. They do it.
Yeah.
Professor Hulk snaps those fingers. Hawkeye gets his family back, and he's like, hopefully they won't mind that I was a murderer.
Yeah. Maybe they'll never know.
And maybe they'll never know, but they do.
Yep, they know.
Okay, that's it. That's everything we know going into the Hawkeye series. You guys ready to talk about it?
Let's do it.
All right, this is going to be fun. Spoiler alert for the episodes 1 through 4. We're going to do this in 2 parts, I've decided. Right now, we're going to, we did a little Hawkeye feature. Let's talk about these episodes. And then we're going to talk about the last 2 in our Christmas special this year. Get excited. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. We're going to talk about whatever the hell else has happened at that point. Are you guys ready for the Christmas episode?
I can't wait.
We just teased it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
We have to.
I love Christmas.
Well, good thing, because this is a Christmas show.
Yeah.
Full-on Christmas show. Hawkeye is here. It's in real time. Debuted here in November 2021, and we're 4 in. We won't go, we'll see just kind of how the story goes. But Scotty, I'm going to look at you, man. You tell me how you're feeling about this show, and tell me about your relationship with Hawkeye.
One of my favorite series is the Hawkeye Matt Fraction run, probably about, I'd say maybe 10, 15 years ago. And this series is ripped straight from that comic book series, all the way down to the artwork and the opening and the end credits, the looks of the costumes, the characters interacting with each other. Of course, they have changed a lot, but if you were to go to this comic book and read, the first 12 to 18 issues, you're going to see a lot of similarities to the scenes that they shot with the artwork, and almost to the point where they could have used this, and I'm sure they did use this comic series as a storyboard.
Yes.
And they made shots directly from the artwork.
So would you say that's where they're pulling in the circles, the arrows, like
the circles,
the purple?
the big purple arrows coming down, and all the way down to the end credit scenes, which, those closing credits.
End credit scene?
No. The
I was like,
the credit running. Like, oh no,
Yeah, not yet.
I missed the 5 minute of
Credits.
Credits.
Just the credits.
I immediately was like, I missed the end credit scene.
Oh, every episode. How could you do this?
But the end credits in terms of like the artwork.
The artwork.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And do you own these comics? Like,
I do.
You got
I
them at
do
your
own
house.
these comics. Yes.
And how's the series going for you? 4 out of 6 so far.
Oh man, I love it. With the exception of today's episode 4.
Yeah.
I've watched every episode at least 3 times.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you're having fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
It feels good.
It'd be really impressive if you watched today's 3 times already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
spoiler, I watched this episode 4 while driving to work this morning. Very dangerous.
Scott, be careful out there.
I had to get it in.
Oh my gosh. I didn't get to watch it till the end of the day. And I was just working, got too busy, and got to watch it right before. I am thrilled to have you here today because I'm going to tell you what, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying this. I'm having a lot of fun. But to have a diehard fan in here, I'm just getting jazzed already. I'm getting more excited. Giggler, how's the show going for you so far? As a Marvel fan, MCU fan, we've talked about all these movies. We've seen this guy a lot. How's the show going?
Yeah, I'm loving it so far, for sure. Hawkeye's always been kind of like middle tier of like Avengers that I kind of am interested in, but I think this is like going to explore some things that like maybe that we haven't seen. So I'm here for it. I think the last 2 episodes, like now that I know there's only 2 left, I think they're going to be pretty crazy. So.
Yeah, you thought there were 4 left?
I thought there were 4 left, so
Oh,
this
no.
changes everything.
You thought this was the mid-season finale today.
Yeah, well, here we are. But I'm an idiot because Christmas is like 2 weeks away, so you're right.
Well, you're not an idiot. You need to be nicer to yourself.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Hey, be nice, idiot.
Yeah. All right, listen, let's talk about it. Let's just get right into it, and let's talk about how this show opens up because it's what grabbed me.
Yeah, it's so great.
Let's time travel, right? This
Yeah.
thing, we already said spoiler alert. We're going to get into it. Let's go back to 2012 and the attack on New York and get the perspective of a family, a regular, very rich family.
Yeah, I was going to say regular, not so much.
Well, one of the most regular, most rich families ever.
Own a building right across the street from Avengers Tower.
I mean, not just across, like the best view
Yeah.
that you could ever have. And how do we know? Because a hole gets blasted in this wall of a little girl, and her name is Kate Bishop. Is this our new Hawkeye?
This is our new Hawkeye.
This is her.
Yeah.
She's she's the girl. She's got a mom. She's got a dad. She loses the dad during the attack.
Yes.
Mom's still around. They seem to have disappeared a little bit during the attack. Were we supposed to wonder where they went?
I think we may need to wonder.
Okay. I feel like we're supposed to be wondering.
Yeah.
And this girl happens to see the big Hawkeye moment from the movie that we all saw.
Yeah.
And we saw it from straight on. She saw it from the side. And we just saw it fly right between us. When
It's my turn.
if you see it come to you, you kill it. We got.
I'm up.
If you're a longtime listener of the show, you know we've been dealing with these drain flies
Yeah.
on and off.
Yeah.
We have one back, but we might get it. But who's flying in Avengers? But Hawkeye. And she sees this thing. She sees the shooting the arrow, diving off the side of the building, crashing through a window, and she immediately says, I'm going to do that.
This is what I need in my life.
I was 8. I didn't know what I was going to do. Now I know.
Yep.
She's going to do it.
Yeah.
What do you know about Kate Bishop, and what did you think of this introduction to the character?
I thought it was great. She's legit. You know, from the comics, she is Hawkeye.
She's a badass.
Yeah.
And that's her. That's what they call her.
Yeah,
Even.
for sure.
And this, she decides as an adult, like she's been training the whole time, and she's got the arrow and she shoots arrows and everything. What'd she do? She shot the church bell like on a dare.
Yeah.
Where was she at? University or something?
She was at college.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody noticed the name of the tower.
You guys,
Stain Tower.
Yep.
what's that?
Obadiah Stane.
Whoa, from Iron Man 1.
Yes. Shout out to Screen Crush. If you guys are not watching Screen Crush,
Yeah, no Screen Crush.
after everything that comes out,
they just
you're
do it.
missing out, man.
Are they doing like all the Easter eggs you
Yeah,
missed in there?
58 Easter eggs that you missed from
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
that's
episode
awesome.
1.
We should just put it on, let it play.
Yeah.
We'll do the best we can. I want you guys to help me. Like any Easter eggs you think of along the way, do not think this isn't the time to bring it up. You would be doing a disservice to our listeners. What does that mean, you think? It was just like
it's just
a donation? Like
he donated the tower. They probably just, after
Probably
knowing he was a psychopath,
if everyone would have known,
never torn it down.
that money came from war.
Yeah.
All right.
Destroys it.
Kate's,
Bell and clock tower.
Yeah, just it comes crashing down.
Yeah.
I guess that is kind of funny that she destroyed it. So you're
Right.
kind of like, oh, we don't care.
Yep.
What else happens in the first one, Scott? What do you remember? You're the one that's seen this thing 3 times. Tell us more about Kate Bishop, and what do we we'll learn about Clint too. They're all in New York.
They're all in New York. So we get that opening scene, flashback, and then we get the Kate Bishop destroying the Bell clock tower, and then we flash over to Clint with his 3 kids,
Same kids,
same
actors.
having not so great time at Rogers the Musical.
At Rogers the Musical.
Man.
This is what we saw from the
Love it.
promo.
Yes.
And they don't wait a minute.
Yeah.
They are watching an Avengers musical.
Yes. And it was fantastic.
I would pay all my money to see it in real life.
Do you think they will? I'm dead
Yes.
serious.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
I think it has
This
to
is
happen now.
happening.
It's
It's
gotta
for
happen.
sure.
They did it. They wrote it and they just basically filmed it.
Right.
It's kind of like Hamilton on Disney Plus right
Yeah.
now. Like we just watched like part of it,
Yeah.
and we'll be able to probably see this on Broadway
Oh, for sure.
in a city near you.
Yeah.
There's the one. That's what got him.
I love Broadway now.
I do too. Oh, you were not a musical guy before?
No, I don't think I've ever enjoyed a musical in my life.
This is really exciting, Andy.
Interesting.
Let's talk about some of the people we see in that thing. I mean, it wasn't completely like movie accurate.
We see everyone that should be there, and Ant-Man.
And Ant-Man. And oh man, the best singing line of the whole thing. I can do this all.
I can do this.
Day! Just the high note. But man, it gets real pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
Clint sees Natasha in it. He's with his family. He's trying. We also learn pretty quickly Clint's deaf.
Yeah.
This is new.
Got his hearing aid turned off. Well, we're starting to learn he's not a superhero.
He's human.
He's human. He's a regular guy.
Yes.
And not too many of those on, the super teams.
Yes.
You've got Falcon.
Yep.
And I guess you could say Ant-Man is a regular guy.
Yeah.
But he's got powers.
He's got pin
powered
particles.
up.
Well,
Yeah.
and even Falcon, he can fly hard.
Yeah.
Like Hawkeye, he's got a bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
He can run.
He can run and not
Foot
even
speed.
that fast. Just
Yeah. It's normal. It's a normal dude.
But they say someone asked him kind of quickly, why?
Yeah,
and they
why?
do the flashback of all the battles.
Right.
That was pretty awesome.
Crashing that scene where he crashes through the window and kind of rolling around and explosions and man, you can only imagine the damage he's taken over the years.
And he's got a hearing aid.
Yep.
Like a hearing helper device. That's the only way he can hear. When it's out, he's deaf.
Yeah. And this is comic accurate.
That's what you were saying.
Yes.
So this is not new. This isn't like something they just worked in.
Yeah.
It's they worked it in because it's also in the comics.
Right.
And it's perfect for your shirt.
Yes.
And his son does it. They've been learning ASL, so it's going to play a role. This is also another way of bringing the deaf community in the MCU. We saw this first in Eternals.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I think the number of people that took sign language after Eternals went up 300%. I mean, I'm sure it's just climbing now.
Yeah.
And what's going to bring these two together, really? Kate Bishop, really, she's fine. She's getting kind of suspicious of her stepdad, a new guy.
Yeah.
Am I jumping ahead?
Mom's boyfriend.
Yes.
We see some interaction with mom, and she meets the new boyfriend who is just out of nowhere fiance now.
Yes.
Yep.
And this is Jack.
His name's Jack in the show, right?
Jack, yeah.
'Cause I remember her always saying Jack.
Duquesne?
But, Jack Duquesne,
good job.
who is the swordsman in comics.
Yes.
Man, this guy is fantastic.
He's a cool, in the lore, he's pretty good.
In comic book, if we're going comic book accurate,
Sure.
he trained Hawkeye
Oh.
in the comics.
Okay. So this one, we don't know exactly what he's going to be.
He is typically a villain and
Mm.
sometimes an anti-hero.
Oh, yeah, because they're trying to make him a little likable.
Right. He's very likable on the show. This actor's doing a great job.
Yeah. He's
and
working for...
He's working with his Kate Bishop's mom.
Yes. And they have a gala.
And they have some sort of gala, and there is some shady stuff going on.
There's some shady stuff. Kate is noticing that this guy is not quite up to snuff.
Oh, super suspicious.
And she already wants to be a superhero.
Yeah.
And she wants to be a detective.
Yep.
So she's like, I'll just do that.
Yeah, I'm going to investigate.
And she just does. She's like, I'm going to go to the party. I'm going to dress up as a waiter.
Yep.
I'm going to sneak down. Oh, I just saw this Jack McCain.
Mm-hmm.
McCain?
Duquesne.
Yeah, Duquesne.
And Armand the third.
Yes. And she goes down and there's an underground
auction
happening with stuff out of
Triceratops skulls.
That was the first thing, was a Triceratops skull. And they're like, this is for in-home only.
Yep.
No photos.
You didn't get in here.
And what's up next?
The Ronin Sword.
The Ronin Sword. And then as a bonus with it in a box, an add-on is the Ronin Suit. I was like, you should have had that thing on display.
For real.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting, right?
Collect the whole set.
This is where we learn what the world knows and thinks about Ronin. And the auction guy breaks it down for you.
Yeah.
Ronin was this mysterious murderer. He showed up during the blip. He killed all these people and then vanished.
Yeah.
No one knows what happened. We know what happened. No one else knows what happened.
Collected this from the ruins of the Avengers compound.
Yes. An Avengers compound. Yeah. And then the question is what else did they take?
Right.
And they're items that are popping up now in these episodes. And we'll talk about that as we get a little further. So very quickly, things go crazy. Someone busts into
Get an explosion.
Do we know who that was yet?
Yeah, that was the tracksuit mafia.
The tracksuit mafia.
Ridiculous.
Andy, you ever heard of these guys?
Nope, but I love them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a gang in New York. They wear tracksuits just like what you would picture, and that's what they are. They're a gang.
Straight from the comic book.
Straight from the comic book.
Straight from
I
the
want to
comic
be
book.
in that gang.
Probably the red ones and everything, right?
Straight from the comic book, bro.
So they broke, yeah, just like douchey, like fun, like just hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
They bust in, they break all this thing up. They're trying to steal
A watch.
a watch,
A Rolex.
a Rolex, apparently,
Collected from the Avengers compound destruction.
and we don't know what that is.
We
right?
still don't know what that is, what it was for, who it belonged to.
We're gonna find out.
I think we're gonna get. It's getting close.
What she do? What does Kate Bishop do to get out of this? She puts on the Ronin
Puts
suit.
on the Ronin suit.
She is a badass.
Oh yeah,
She
she's been
proves her-
training for this her whole life.
She gets right out of it. She
Yeah.
fights her way out. She gets on the street.
Great fight scenes.
Yep, she's running. She gets on the news, which is eventually how Clint will see this, and she saves a dog.
Yeah, Lucky the pizza dog.
Lucky the one-eyed pizza dog.
Yes, straight
Aw.
from the comics.
And is there something about this dog? Or
Nope.
We just it's just a dog
Just a dog.
that we know of.
Yeah, there's an entire issue devoted to pizza dog.
You know what Carrie predicted? That it's Nick Fury as a Skrull.
Oh, pizza dog is a scroll.
Because of his eye. Like, because with Skrulls, they're going to be coming at a
Nice.
certain point,
Yeah, anyone could be a scroll
It-
right now.
Exactly. Yeah, even right now.
Right
Especially
now.
right now, probably.
Yes.
I mean, look, we didn't even talk about the timing. This is 2 years after Endgame.
Yeah.
This is a year and a half past Eternals.
Yes. This is the most
The fir-
recent
yeah,
thing
Yeah.
on the calendar.
the furthest out in the future, even
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point, which we're kind of playing catch up, right? By the
Right.
time stuff will come out, it'll probably be more real time. But like, this has been a while. And this is what eventually brings them together. This is the climax of the episode. She's running. She's on the street.
Mafia catches her.
Yes. And who shows up to save her in an alley? But Hawkeye. Clint
Hawkeye.
Barton.
And not really there to save her.
No. Was there to...
He's there to. Who the hell is wearing this suit?
Time to put an
This
end
is
to this.
this is trouble for me.
Yeah, that you're making this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the first one.
Yeah.
What do you think of the pilot?
Loved it.
You were like,
Oh,
you were
man.
sold.
Oh yeah.
You were like, okay, they're doing it.
right away. I was like, I've got to open up the long boxes
Yeah,
and I've got to find these issues.
because I mean, if you look at that pilot episode, what do? Like they show you Hawkeye. They give you the new Hawkeye coming in, tracksuit gang, Jack DeCane,
Mm-hmm.
tracksuit gang,
Yeah.
stuff from Avengers Campus.
Yeah. We got Ronin Suit.
Yes.
I think they did a really good job getting you amped for what this is going to be. And this is, I really enjoy the fact that it's high stakes for them,
Yes.
but it's low stakes. This isn't saving the world.
No.
I think they really need to back off sometimes and make it like everything they're saving the world. Loki
Yes.
saving the world.
Yeah.
WandaVision saving the world.
Even Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Like we just watched that last night. and
Saving
it
the
was
world.
Like, yeah, it's like got to be
Yeah.
saving the world. Like
Yeah.
it could just be about like saving the town.
Right.
This
Or-
very
or
ground-
saving
or
your butt.
character. Yeah.
very grounded. Like,
Yes.
it
Yes.
feels-
This is street level.
especially when we're about to like watch a movie in a week that's like is not very grounded.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
nice to ease. It like eases you into like it's like slowly building a switch.
Change of pace.
Let's
Yeah.
get to it. The next episode the first one was called Never Meet Your Heroes, 50 minutes. Second one, Hide and Seek. Clint has to help Kate disentangle herself from the tracksuit mafia and a real life murder mystery. So this one's pretty straightforward. They're gonna like team up now, and essentially he's gonna try to clear her name. Her name is now attached to this suit.
Well, they tracked her. The tracksuit mafia tracked her back to her apartment,
Right.
and
Immediately throw Mazel Tovs.
Oh,
Or, what do you call them?
Molotovs.
Not Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
I guess Mazel Tov cocktails are like drinks you have at a bar mitzvah.
Oh man, new T-shirt coming in.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Wait, so what's the real word?
Molotov.
Molotov.
It's not. You weren't far.
That was pretty close.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I also call those one type of lawn chairs. I always say Klondike chairs, but they're not. That's not what they're called. You know what they're called? Adirondack chairs.
Adirondack chairs. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so yes, they've found Kate Bishop. They burn her apartment
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was like,
immediately.
nobody knows I'm here. Well, I did come back here immediately after saving the dog.
Just home.
Yeah, I just went home and dropped off the dog. Great interaction between the characters.
Yep.
Great scene with Clint jumping in, breaking the window, catching the Molotov cocktail,
Yes.
throwing it back out there.
Yes, loved it.
Kate trying to show off her archery skills, shooting the fire extinguisher,
Yes,
and it totally going wrong.
yeah. You got to have like some of these growing pains, right? These
Yeah.
are early days heroes.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else happens in this one because I know how this one ends. They end up they go to the tracksuit gang and they get taken.
Right.
And then-
Well, there was the LARPing event.
Oh, right. This
Clint-
was episode 2.
Yeah, Clint comes back to try and get the suit from the burned apartment,
Yes,
and it's gone,
it's gone.
taken by a first responder.
Yep,
He tracks him down at a LARPing event,
he's wearing it.
and yeah, he's wearing it. He's a ninja. Check me out.
They're just in the park,
Yeah, found him on Instagram.
and of course, the only way to get in and get it back is he's got to get in there and play.
He's got to pay for the suit and go out. And,
What'd you think of that?
Oh, hilarious!
You were in on it.
Oh, I was all in.
And just like kind of casually walking through,
Yeah,
and
just-
like, and his face is just so blank, but
Right.
he's just still such a badass.
Oh yeah, he's still just
Yeah.
slicing guys. With the guy in the background going ching.
yeah.
Love a good LARP.
Yeah,
And he makes the deal. The guy's like, "You can have it if you let me kill you
yeah.
in front of
I'm
everybody."
gonna kill you, man.
Which he does.
And he's like, yeah, and he tries to play it off. He just, all right, take my head. He's like, no, you got to make it look real.
Yeah, you got to really get into it.
Yeah,
So he gets the suit, gets back with Kate. I forget how they end up in front of the. They go after the tracksuit gang,
they go. I
but I can't remember how they get there.
Clint gets himself captured.
Yeah,
He calls him his wife.
That's what he does. He puts Kate and he says, "I'll handle this."
He's like, I got the suit.
Yes.
I got to tie up some loose ends.
Yep. And I'm just gonna go talk to these folks.
Yeah, he's talking to Laura, his wife.
Yep.
And he's like, I gotta let him take me.
In the show, pretty sporadically.
Yeah.
Just here and there. I
Yeah.
love it. He goes in there and he's captured, but he's captured on purpose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He goes there to talk.
Right. And they're like, oh, who's we know who the Ronin is.
Right.
Kate Bishop, bro. And he's like, no,
No.
you're
It's not
wrong.
her.
She's got nothing to do with this.
Yep.
And she crashes in
Through the ceiling.
through the ceiling.
She couldn't help
trying
herself.
to save the day.
Couldn't help herself.
Yeah.
After her fencing duel.
Yes.
Oh,
she
yes.
fenced with Jack.
She's very suspicious.
Tries to call him on his BS a little bit in front of
Yeah.
her mom.
Mhm.
And he's
Not having it.
not having it, and it somehow gets to like, oh, I know you're a good fencer,
Right.
So am I. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
They have this little back and forth. I guess he's just toying with her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then she tries to get him in the face.
Yeah.
And he does a parry or
Yeah.
something. And like that was she was like, that's how we know he's lying.
Right.
And the mom's like, you tried to kill
What are you
him.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the big part there with Kate.
Yeah, and then at the end of the episode, they're both tied up.
Yep.
And Clint wants to talk to who's ever in charge.
And we get
And-
like the slow.
We get the muted
Yep.
music and bass,
Yep.
and we see for the first time Maya Lopez
Playing
playing Echo,
new character.
new character.
Doesn't have
Um,
any comic books.
Oh
Right?
yeah, for sure.
They do, or she does.
She
Or she
is
doesn't.
in-
She doesn't.
She is in the comics. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought that I had read that Echo didn't have any like source material. Like,
Oh, yes, she's definitely.
did she have like? Was there a comic called Echo, or was she more of like a featured character?
Yeah, yeah. She's
So,
been.
just completely wrong.
Yeah, you were 100% wrong on everything.
That's fine.
It's okay.
It's good.
Yeah,
That's what
that's-
we need to be busted on this show. You know.
That's why we got the scoops.
That's why we got the scoop.
Scoop is here to set you straight.
So okay, so just completely wrong. Ignore that.
Yes.
So did you know about this character?
Yes.
And are you a fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
What's
Um,
Echo's deal besides being deaf? In the comics, anyway.
She is basically a ninja. Badass.
Yeah.
Deaf.
Yep.
100%. She, I don't know if this will be spoilers for you guys,
Ooh, maybe we shouldn't do it then. Maybe we should hold off till the end.
but she does have quite the backstory.
Yeah, well, and we're learning that. Well, that's the end, right? That's episode 2.
That's episode 2.
She's in the room. She tells her guy to get out of here.
Get
or
out of
whatever.
here.
But episode 3 is we're going to meet this character.
Episode 3.
It's called
we break
episode
right
3.
in.
Echoes.
Echoes.
Were you pumped to see like, okay, we're going to get,
Yeah,
there we go.
we're going to see what this lady is about. And we get it pretty quick.
So yeah, the episode 3. So that was episode 2. Episode 3. I love this. Little backstory for Echo. Let's just take our time with this thing. Who is this chick? She's the daughter of the manager
Of
the tracksuit
mafia.
like the leader at a gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's her dad, and she's training under him. She's a young girl. She's deaf, and we learn that during school, I forget what her dad was telling her, but they're about to leave, and he says, "Go with your uncle."
Yeah.
And this is where we get the introduction to a character, just a hand.
We don't know who it is.
We don't know who it is, and he says though, like, "Come on, sweetie," or something like that.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is?
It's one of two people.
I think it's Kingpin.
It's Kingpin.
Or
we still don't know what happened to Kate's dad.
we don't know where Kate's dad is.
We don't know if he died.
Or if
We don't know if he faked his death.
we don't
They were
we don't
having
know anything.
They were having some sort of argument in the beginning of the show about finances, I believe, and talking about selling their building.
This is Kate's parents.
Kate's parents.
Yep.
So
And we still don't know
We
what
still
happened
don't
during
know.
the attack.
they went to a funeral.
Yeah. Right, that's it. They went to a funeral.
Was he dead?
Did we see
Did the mom kill him?
Right.
Did he fake his death?
So you think maybe
Did he get crushed by debris?
So this could end up
We
being
don't
like
know.
2 daughters with 2 dads that like have a past.
Well, yeah.
Um,
And some of that spoilerish stuff
but
could tie into something else.
And what do we learn in the episode? I think it's, I don't know, was it at the end of this episode or the beginning? Did they tell us right away that, what happened to Echo's dad? Or was
I
that
think
at
we
the
got it
end?
in some of the flashback.
Yeah,
I think it was somewhere in the middle.
that's what it was, right? Because
Yeah,
we saw
they had that big battle scene at the beginning.
Actually, we did know. They told us. They showed us her
They
dad.
they showed
getting murked
by
Ronin.
By Ronin.
in the gym there in New York. So during the blip, this is one of his killing sprees. He just he hit the tracksuit gang.
Or was it?
Or was it Ronin?
Or was it?
Who would it be?
Or was it Ronin Clint? Or how long has this Ronin suit been missing?
oh man,
And
Scott,
and who tried to purchase it?
right? Because like it's hard to picture Clint just killing tracksuit gang.
Right, like he knows these guys are low level.
He's all like
thugs.
He went there and faced them head on and was just like super calm and
Right.
not like remorseful.
No.
And he would have been.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that really tells you probably not Clint who did this.
You think it might be somebody else. And either way though, Echo is on a revenge game.
Oh yeah,
It's all about kill Ronin.
She saw whoever was in the suit murder her father.
Murdered her dad. What does this do? It puts her in charge.
Yeah.
She's the leader now. She's out for revenge. And her right hand man. Do you know that guy? Is he like a
Kazi? He is in the comic books.
Yes, he's like her number 2.
In the comic books, it's a little cheesy. He's in full clown makeup.
Oh man,
It's really strange.
they should have kept it.
I like half clown, half mime looking makeup.
Half clown, half mime.
It's very strange.
What a fine line.
Yeah.
And he tells her, he says, "Listen, you can do this if you want, but like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You're getting our guys killed over these people.
Mhm.
Uncle's not going to be happy."
No.
Still at play.
Yeah.
And this is where we get the first and best action sequence outside of
Man.
the flashback
Yeah.
in the show, and this is
Man.
the car chase.
This is
Yep.
they come busting out, and immediately Kate wants to take this what's it, Challenger.
The Challenger,
And he's like, I'm not smashing that.
and at this point, Echo smashed Hawkeye's hearing aid. And
Oh, yeah. He
and
can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything. And looked him in the eye and said, maybe you'll be better off.
Yeah.
Because she knows something.
Yeah, you got to embrace this.
You embrace it,
Yeah.
you can probably even be,
Better.
well, Daredevil.
Yeah. except for hearing
Yeah.
and not sight.
It's just, yeah, exactly. You're like Daredevil, but hearing.
Yeah.
We get some great trick arrows in the car.
Yeah.
A couple really weird ones.
Yeah, with the suction cup.
Suction cup, the
Like some,
slime,
yeah,
like
the
the
slime.
putty.
Yeah.
Was that Pim arrow?
Oh man, yeah. I
Man.
mean, that's the one where you go,
Yeah.
oh, I go, he pulled it back, and I go,
He was
oh.
like, shoot straight up in the air. And she's like, all right. And then he was like, boom. And you see it
You
right
see
on
it.
the side.
I love that it said
Pim.
like Pim.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like it wasn't even red, really. It looked like blue.
Yeah, blue.
Why wasn't it red?
Well, I think, isn't it the thing where when he turns the thing, the red makes him small, the blue makes him big?
Makes it big. So
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. Blue makes him big.
Mhm.
Answered it.
Shoots the arrow, comes down, smashes through the truck.
The arrow's giant.
Huge.
It's 200 feet long now.
And this interaction the whole time between them is fantastic. And the action shots with her hanging out of the side of the car, shooting the arrows, trying them all out.
Yes.
Like,
Jumping.
it was
and
like
then,
huge explosion. And she was like, there are arrows more dangerous than this one?
yeah, just blowing
And
up
it's
trucks.
like, if you only knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jumping off the bridge. Echo, like in the car, coming after him, swinging down
Swinging
over the top
down.
of the train.
Breaking out the suction cup arrow again. Oh, I get it.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. Loved it.
Best episode yet,
Yeah, for sure.
right? Even
I
after
think
the four?
progressively they've gotten better and better.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just get to it then. How's number 3 end? Do you remember? So they shake the tracksuit gang, and
They're in full investigation mode.
yeah,
They're like, we're gonna go back to my apartment.
go back to his apartment. I'm gonna call my family.
They go to they have that interaction with the family where his son calls and he can't hear, and
So
Kate has to
she's
translating
for him.
and then they figure out, hey, let's I've really got high suspicions, but I think my mom does a lot of work.
That's it.
And we're going to go back to my apartment or
Let's-
my mom's apartment and do a little digging into her computer.
Let's get back to looking at my now new stepdad.
Right.
And let's get back to that part of the mystery.
Super suspicious.
And he's fine with this because they're kind of just looking for leads at this
Right.
point.
Anything.
Anything to go on.
Yeah.
And what happens? She breaks in the computer. I like that she got locked out right
Yeah.
away. I was
Yeah.
like, that's a little more realistic.
Realistic.
Like some kid trying to break into her mom's security.
Mm-hmm.
And then who comes around the corner with the Ronin Sword but Jack. Duquesne.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the end.
And
And it ended, and I go, that was awesome. I go, but just so you know, when episode 4 opens, he'll just be like, oh, hey, what's up?
yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
You're Hawkeye. He
You're
goes,
Hawkeye.
No, he calls him, episode 4, called Partners, am I right? He goes, oh, you're Archer.
Archer.
Yep.
But it's his branding issue
Yep.
Yes, because
that Kate has been calling out for the last 3 episodes.
yeah, obviously teasing a new suit.
Yeah. Well,
Which-
she tried to draw one for him.
I mean, this suit's coming, right?
She drew the classic suit
With
for him
the
with the H
H.
on his forehead.
Yes,
That was hot.
that was
Yeah.
cool. I was like,
My
please,
wife would divorce me if
Get-
I wore that.
get him in it, though,
Yes.
right?
Please.
You want it.
Yes.
All right, number 4. You guys want to get right into it? Wrap this thing up?
Yeah.
Opens up. We got Jack Duquesne and basically a sit down between Jack. I don't know her mom's name, but her mom. You know her mom's name?
Yeah, it's played
Eleanor?
by Vera.
Eleanor.
Yeah, Vera Farmiga.
Playing Eleanor, and it's basically a sit down, and it's kind of a weird interaction
Yeah.
because it's basically Kate saying like, I'm on a mission with Hawkeye. We're just looking at
And he's
some
like,
stuff.
no.
No, and he goes, well,
but
she
you're
goes,
not.
well, we're friends, and he goes, we're not,
We're not though.
and he's just very this is Clint Barton.
Yeah.
This is like the Clint we've always known.
He's like, I'm plays it straight.
yeah, just
you know,
like in
I'm trying to get out of here.
in-
Get back to my family.
in game whenever Rocket's like, hey, take care of my ship, and he's like, okay.
yeah.
Like, he's always like that. He's always like,
Yeah.
all right. He's very much playing that. But she says she pulls her. The mom pulls him to the side before he leaves, and says, "I don't want my daughter to be killed, and I know in your line of work, it happens. Please don't do it. And he goes,
Yeah.
Understood. And she goes, so we're in agreement. You'll leave this case alone.
Right.
And he's like, no.
She's
No.
not going to die like Natasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calls her out by name.
Well, it's almost like a threat.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
almost
for sure.
Just
it
like
was.
a full-on threat of like, in your line of work. And then what happens? He leaves. He got the Ronin sword back.
Stole it. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, yeah, rightfully so, because
Yeah.
that guy Jack had stolen it from the auction.
And he knew how to use it.
Oh, he knew very well how to
Yeah.
use it. Oh, a lot of people that could be under this hood.
Yes.
And then the mom makes a phone call and says, call me back. It's urgent. Basically, like, we got an Avenger on our tail.
Yeah.
Whatever's going on.
Yeah.
And we don't even know who she called.
We don't.
This leads to, it's basically leading up to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're just a couple of days out now.
a couple of days out, Kate's mom says something like, it'd be sad to be alone on Christmas.
Yeah.
And Kate's like, I'll go see Hawkeye.
Right.
And they have like a little Christmas night.
Yeah. Little Christmas montage.
Margaritas?
Yeah. They're working out clues. They're
Yeah.
having a movie marathon.
She wrote on the
with
picture
sweaters,
with the permanent
the
marker.
permanent marker.
There was a shot of the New York City skyline in this. Did you guys see anything special in that? Saw like a big Chinese, like definitely some Asian or Chinese writing on a side of a big building. I don't know if they were trying to show us that. I saw it one time. I didn't pause and I didn't go back.
I don't think it's anything special, but we did learn in one of the earlier episodes.
Yes.
Avengers Tower has been sold.
Yep.
Which we knew from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes, we had. Yes, because the big move
Happy Hogan was moving everything out
to the new place upstate.
We don't know.
Would that you meet that place the first time at the end of Age of Ultron?
Yes. We don't know who it was sold to.
Nope. And the theories are, I'm going to go down the list. Kingpin, Kang, anyone else?
Fantastic Four.
Reed Richards,
Baxter Building.
please. Someone bought it. Someone's coming.
Somebody bought it.
Okay.
There are no throwaway lines
Yes. No, we know that.
in this material.
A throwaway line could be 10 movies.
Yes.
And they have their night. They do their clues. They have some bonding time. He shares, like you were talking about earlier. She asked him, what was your best shot of all time? He says, it was the one I didn't take.
Yeah.
When I decided to save someone instead of take him out. And of course, he's talking about Natasha, which is like a callback to the first Avengers film. Just a little sharing, little bonding. But then it's like, okay, we've got a line on this watch.
On the watch.
From that was taken from episode 1.
He calls his wife.
Yeah.
And she starts dropping a little German.
Was that German?
That was German.
Okay.
So the kids won't know. She asked
The kids
in German.
don't know.
Where's the watch? Basically.
Why does Hawkeye's wife know German?
Oh, that was immediately what we're supposed to like. We're supposed to be like, is she a spy too?
I'm thinking either she had to be either a handler or an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's texting her to look into stuff.
Yeah, she's working on it.
That's my favorite part, that she's like in it now.
They brought her in. I bet she was pumped. That actress. You guys know the names here?
Laura.
Laura's the name in the show. Is it also her name? And she's in Dead to Me, I think.
Oh, love that show.
Yeah.
And she's in all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah. She was in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Yep, she played Velma.
Mm-hmm.
She's great. I mean, she was so pumped whenever Kevin Feige came to her and goes, "You want to be a spy?"
Yeah.
She's like, "What?"
Yeah, for sure.
But she speaks the German, and she goes, "Do you think they got their hands on that?" And he goes, "That was destroyed, right?" And
was it?
Was it? Because apparently, whatever was in this Avengers campus. I mean, do you think the heist they're talking about is like whenever the Vulture took down that plane and like people probably just ran into Central Park and took this stuff?
Right. Like there was just stuff.
I bet that's what it was. That was the only time they like moved.
Right.
But they could have robbed other places.
Well, Ronin's like suit wouldn't have been in that though, right?
Well, no.
Because that would be way
they
earlier.
found it in the Avengers compound.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was at one time in an Avengers compound.
Right.
Got it. My bad.
And apparently so was this watch. That has a tracking beacon. And they track it to where? Echo's place.
Because in the very first episode, one of the tracksuit guys had found it.
Yeah.
They said, we got what we came for. They were looking for this watch.
That's why they were there.
There's something.
And we don't know still.
We don't know.
This is a big mystery.
There's theories.
We get Kate breaking into the place. We get Clint on the roof, and both of them have to fight pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Echo comes home.
Well, she breaks into the apartment, and she's like, "There's strobe lights."
Yeah, what was that? Oh, security?
It's security
Yeah.
for deaf people.
Oh, duh.
Right.
Good job, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she covers him up with the putty.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know what's going on.
At the same time, Clint gets attacked on the roof across the street.
And he's like, I'm getting attacked by Echo.
Anybody else think it was Spider-Man for a hot second?
in the
Spider monkey
suit? Yeah.
Spider monkey suit.
Spider monkey suit.
He was. I was like, "There's no way." And then like she did like some. I was like, "Oh, it's a girl." And then I slowly started to get there myself.
She did the landing.
Yes, and it is.
But they both thought they both thought they were fighting Echo.
Yes. Yeah. But
until Kate said, "Echo's here."
Yeah, and like Echo doesn't wear this weird suit.
Right.
Pulls off the mask and let's just get the big reveal here.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh is here playing
Yelena.
What is it?
Yelena Belova.
Yelena Belova, the adopted sister of the late and great Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
This is the new Black Widow. And Clint says it because they had the big reveal. Really kind of a little bit of a cheesy like dive off the roof thing. I thought it was a little cheesy.
It kind of looked like Clint's dive off the roof, sort of.
Which is maybe like that's what it was, but she's like her arms are like wide open. It was fine, it was cool. But he says this just got real. A Black Widow was
someone sent a Black Widow to assassinate someone.
To me.
He said to him, yeah.
He said me. Like he's like he thinks they're coming to kill me, which we know from the end credit scene from Black Widow that this is Valentina.
Yep.
Anyway, help.
Del Fontaine.
Spaghetti. Yeah, something.
Elaine.
Yeah, Elaine. Seinfeld, bringing it back.
There you go. That's for you. That's why they got her in there. And
I called her that today when I was talking about that scene with Steph.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, that scene where Elaine, and spoiler alert, end credit scene.
Yeah, no, we've said spoiler alert. Like,
right.
Once you get into these new MCU titles, you got to come to this prepared to hear the stuff.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
That's why you're here. And we meet her there. Well, we don't meet her, but she shows her the picture and says, this is who killed your sister. Mm-hmm. And then the first time we meet her is in Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Basically created U.S. agent from John Walker being the old Captain America. This girl is up to no good, but she's doing her own thing.
Some sort of anti-Nick Fury.
Yes, which is awesome.
She's putting together a team.
Yes.
Of Dark Avengers.
When do you think we're going to see that John Walker again? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it's... I bet we see him sometime in 2022.
It's coming, you know?
Yeah.
And we got a lot of stuff. They're planting some good seeds, aren't they?
Probably another show, I would assume.
Maybe another show.
Yeah.
But But like, how cool to bring him into the Captain America movie.
That too.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Oh, well, yeah, they have history now.
Of course. It's like they've had the big fight. Like, and now, I mean, I've got to watch that again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch it all. Well, I am. Okay. And he says, you're out of this now, Kate.
Yep.
Hawkeye's like,
go home, Kate.
I'm handling this on my own. Kind of kicks her to the curb. That's it.
That's it.
Episode 4.
Boom.
Okay. I don't know if it's just Scott, but like I'm jazzed about this show now, like way more than I was coming into it.
Yeah, when you start talking about it, you get into it, and you're like, man, that did happen.
Yeah, like that did go down.
Right, giant arrow,
and 2 to go.
Yeah, two left, and you just know this. Something big happened at the end, but this was a very slow episode.
Yeah,
and it's the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
There are so many threads that are loose that they need to tie up in 2 episodes.
Yep.
And I think they're going to be great.
I almost want to ask you to make predictions, but I almost feel like yours might be too spot on because you
know
the source material.
Yeah.
Andy, how's this going for you, man? What do you think of these first 4? Do you think they're pretty good? Especially like, how do you feel after talking about it?
Much better after talking about it. I was definitely pumped just for these last few, but now that there's only a couple left, this now makes sense to me. Like, this is, like you said, calm before the storm. Like, these last 2 are just probably going to be, I bet, 45 plus minutes of just greatness.
Yep.
And I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, I think we're going to meet new characters. I think we're going to get probably a massive ending and some kind of cliffhanger, probably a cool end credit scene. I mean, this is what you have to look forward to basically in every MCU title now.
Right.
Is like it's a thread. It's a little knot to the next thing. And I'm really liking how we do this, just a little cliffhanger here at Mostly Superheroes, to where next time you come in, we'll wrap up the show and talk about the last two.
Everything.
Scotty, any final thoughts on, I guess, one of your favorite shows of all time?
Man, I'm not going to lie. This is my favorite Disney Plus show so far.
Period.
Whoa,
I'll give it up.
Full stop.
That's a big statement.
Yeah. I love it. I love how it's street level.
Yeah.
There's not some huge cataclysmic event.
Yeah.
Not real super high expectations.
Yep.
Of course, I'm familiar with the source material, so it hits close to me. I love it.
I'm with you, man. It's a fair share. And, I said it earlier, right after the episode ended, Carrie said, what do you think? I said, I think at this point, the MCU is so big. This is the 31st title. And exactly what I said about Iron Man 3 earlier. Like, it's kind of cool to kind of take a step back and really focus in on just like one small pocket of the universe, and now the multiverse.
Right.
And this is, you don't get more grounded than this. This is like a handful of people running around New York, and New York is every part of Avengers as Avengers Tower is. You know, New York is part of it.
It's literally a tracksuit mafia. That's how you know it's real.
That's how you know. And it's like, it feels goofy, but it also feels like, absolutely.
Right.
You're going to have like these groups of folks and just meeting the different bosses. Like this gives an open door to the types of characters that we're talking about. You know, we don't know if we're going to meet Kingpin, but we're getting these types of characters now. So I am pumped about it. And I'm so in on the MCU now that, it feels good to slow it down and enjoy like that ground level, especially as we're building just now 2 week, 9 days from Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, the event of the year.
Wow.
And
For
we're going to talk about it.
My mind's blown. It's going to be a great week.
Fourth movie title?
Fourth of the year. You know what?
Right?
Let's talk about it coming up.
Yeah.
Because I got a slide.
Uh-oh.
All right, Hawkeye, folks. Disney Plus, 4 down, 2 to go. Tell us what you think. If you reach out to us and you tell us at mostlysuperheroes.com what you think of this show, you'll make it into the next episode. I can pretty much guarantee it. If you want to share your thoughts on Hawkeye, or if you want to hear the reviews that we talked about today, go to mostlysuperheroes.com/MCU. All of our reviews, explanation videos in that preferred watch order. At this point, I'm thinking timeline order is becoming the preferred watch order for me.
I can't believe it. Now I have to do this because of you.
It's changed, though, because like at this point, it just depends on who you are, really, I think. Because like you could do like phase 1, 2, 3 and kind of just do it in the release order.
It feels off. There's some movies that you watch and you're like, it doesn't feel right here.
But as a fan, and you watch like Captain America and then Captain Marvel, and you're just kind of like, oh, I see. They kind of just introduce you to the Tesseract first. And these different heroes just isolated. And then like all of a sudden Iron Man's the third movie just kind of dropped in 2008.
Right.
It's a real treat.
Yeah.
Like it's getting better and better as like, I mean, obviously my ratings are going up.
Oh yeah.
So like the amount of titles.
That's key.
It's creating a unique viewing experience that is unlike anything else I've experienced. Like you watch, Star Wars, which is great, but like at the time when it was 1, 2, and 3, you watch episode 3 and you're like, oh man, remember that? Oh, that's a tie back to 1. Well, now it's like, man, remember 20 titles ago?
Right.
This thing that happened? You met Clint Barton in 2010, and here we are in 2011 with a show called Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Like this is how they're playing the game.